We're back.
Bet you're happy to see us too.
Yeah. Oh, once again, I'm Lonnie,
I'm Mark.
and we are Untitled Nerd Network. You were watching the
Comic
newest
book malarkey.
comic book malarkey from Infinity Flux in Hickson, Tennessee. You know, I actually have the live logo down there on these videos, even though we're not live.
See, that's why I said we were live.
Whatever.
How would they know?
Yeah.
If we didn't tell you we were pre-recorded, would you know that we were pre-recorded?
Did he?
Comment down below and let us know.
Watch this. See that?
You're going to change it? Look at you.
Oh, God, what happened?
Now we don't even know who we are. Now we don't even have a name. Now we're
Yeah, we
just
don't.
Infinity Flux.
We don't, yeah.
Okay.
But anyway, we want to talk about, this was at your behest.
Well,
I'll go ahead and tell you, I wouldn't have read it if you hadn't told me to.
But did you like it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I was pleasantly surprised. We're talking about the issue of the series that just wrapped up. 5 issues. Unworthy Thor. And as soon as I heard that Beta Ray Bill was in it, I was gonna just I honestly thought about just letting you talk about it and me be like, so what happened here? What happened here?
Right.
I was like, you know what? I'll give it an honest chance. And I did. I read the full 5-issue series this morning. And believe it or not, it was a page turner. I was impressed. The character of Thor is one of those that I never thought I would even halfway enjoy. But this is like really the first solo Thor story I've ever read. And I was impressed.
I have to agree with you. It was, well, I liked it up until issue 5, and we'll get to that because it's there. There was a turn at the end that I did not expect, and I was kind of disappointed with. But the main reason I wanted you to read it is I know your disdain for Beta Ray Bill.
I do. I hate it.
And this comic right here, like in issue 1, just shows the nobility of Bill. Like, Bill is probably one of the most noble characters in Marvel.
A little bit of background to begin with, just in case people haven't read it. Back in Original Sin, and I did read Original Sin. Well, most of it anyway. Thor was on the moon, and Nick Fury was about to die, correct?
He had become the new Watcher.
Yeah. Okay. See, I didn't.
But he had started a whole Secret War thing and Original Sin, and like basically he had started a whole bunch of crap that wind up with all the good guys on the moon fighting him, and he whispers something in Thor's ear that makes Thor unworthy of wielding Mjolnir.
And we find out what that is
in Unworthy Thor.
So nobody knew what was said until this series.
Right.
Okay,
Nobody knew.
See, I didn't know.
Well, the writer knew because he's been writing Thor since that time.
Yeah.
And so it was something it's a plot line he's been sitting on this whole time.
Now, the Thor becoming unworthy, did that happen in Original Sin, or did that happen in Thor's book?
It happened in Original Sin, and then at the end of Original Sin is when we get female Thor, because this chick just walks up to the hammer and goes, "There must always be a Thor," and picks it up, and she becomes the female Thor.
That was Jane Foster.
Right, which
Spoiler
we didn't
alert.
find out for months and months and months.
Yeah, I remember because everybody kind of knew, but nobody knew for sure.
Right.
I remember hearing all about it because I still follow the news.
Right.
But this starts out, Thor is unworthy, and it starts out him fighting his way towards this hammer.
Right.
And it's like over and over, and I'm thinking he's like in some other dimension or something. And come to find out, he is a prisoner of the Collector.
On Asgard.
Yeah. Inside the Collector's gigantic
vessel.
ship.
Right.
Very weird.
Yeah.
I didn't see that one coming.
And so it also goes back to the Doom World thing where they had all the worlds merge. You had all the different Thors from all the different worlds there, including the ultimate version of Thor. And when Doom World vanished, his hammer crashed in Asgard.
At the same time, didn't Ultimate Thor die during the Ultimates versus Galactus thing?
I think he did.
He did.
Yeah, and then so did and Beta Ray Bill died in Thorcore during the.
But then he's magically back.
I'm happy with that.
Something.
I'm happy with Beta Ray Bill being back, but that's just me. We've been down there that road before.
Oh, that was another thing we were going to talk about was the original X-Men. That has to do with
the time
we'll talk about that later.
Another segment coming soon.
Yeah. But yeah, this was actually kind of cool because Beta Ray Bill shows up and sees that Thor is now unworthy, does not have his hammer, and he offers
Stormbreaker.
His hammer.
He just drops and he's like, "Take mine," and I'm like, at that point I was like, okay, Bill's back. That's when I was like, okay, this is my Beta Ray Bill.
I don't even know the personality or the demeanor or anything of Beta
We
Ray
will
Bill.
have to discuss. I'll have to get you all the issues of the Ballad of Beta Ray Bill.
God.
I'm telling you.
Maybe let me read his first appearance and I'll
Okay,
see.
I've got it. I have a copy of it. I'll be more than happy to let you borrow it so that you can read it.
Maybe a digital. I don't want to
Okay.
handle that book.
Fair enough. Oh, mine's not like anywhere near a. It's a
reader copy.
Yeah, it's a reader copy.
But yeah, we end up. I'll go ahead and tell you, man. This, they end up prisoners of the Collector because they find Asgard has been taken by the Collector because that's where the other hammer has landed.
Right.
And that's the ultimate Thor hammer.
Right. That is the ultimate Thor hammer.
I did figure that out.
And the Collector wants it, and he also collected Asgard because it's the last of Asgard.
But his whole thing is he thinks there's some kind of scientific explanation to the hammer going to somebody that's worthy. He's like, you got to have a secret.
Right.
He doesn't understand that this thing can tell, I guess, like down to your soul, I guess, as to whether you're worthy or not. And he thinks, oh, there's got to be some kind of trick.
Right.
And basically doing this, things basically fall apart for the Collector in a big way.
Literally.
But yeah, I really liked it. I mean, this story was really cool because we quickly see that who is the guy? He breaks Thanos out of prison.
Yeah, it breaks Thanos out of prison. It
ends up being revealed at the end who it is.
Oh man, crud! I just read it the other day too, and it's because it was no, it wasn't Ulick. It wasn't.
It was a green person.
It was Hela.
Yeah.
It was Hela. The Norse god of death broke Thanos out of prison, which should become interesting in and of itself, considering Thanos' attachment to death.
Yeah, and that's addressed at the end.
Yeah.
And it kind of creeped me out, but we'll talk about that in a minute. I will go ahead and say the show stealer for me, the thing that I absolutely loved right towards the end of this, was the Hellhound.
The Hellhound was amazing.
Thori.
Thori. Yeah, Thori.
Yeah. That almost. You ever watch Rick and Morty?
No, I do not.
Well, this.
I've seen like one episode of it.
Yeah, well, this guy just seemed like almost like a Homer Simpson dog.
Pretty much.
Kinda. That's the vibe that I get. And I'm like, I like this guy. Is he in like other issues?
I have not seen him until this. This is the first thing I've seen him in. They introduced him in this. So basically, Thor rescues this Hellhound.
That can talk.
That can
breathe
talk.
fire and fight.
And
likes beer.
And likes beer. And he's just it's Tyrion Lannister in a dog form if you've watched
Or Howard
Game of
the
Thrones.
Duck
Or
in
Howard
dog form.
Oh good God.
Kinda sorta.
Man, Howard the Duck.
Let's don't talk about him.
No, let's
I'm
not.
sorry I brought it up.
Although that was a good movie. But anyway. But yeah, so the Hound, I like the Hound, I like the Ram, the goats. He's got the goats running
I don't
around.
get the goat.
Well, the goats are from traditional Norse myth.
Okay.
So in traditional Norse myth, Thor has a chariot carried by two goats who, according to the Norse myth, they eat each other at the end of a day and then regrow, and the next day they carry Thor around. It's, weird.
But yeah, I mean, it was a pretty neat little touch because even though he doesn't have his hammer, he still has the goat.
Right. And he still has the axe. That is, and he's going by Odinson now. He's not going by Thor anymore. He refuses to answer to Thor. And so the turn for me that I didn't like, and this is definitely spoilerific, is he
because
finally
this is new. This is a new book.
gets to the hammer, and I'm like, yes, I can live with him running around with this hammer.
Yeah.
And he walks away from it.
Yeah. It's not my hammer. It wasn't calling my name.
And then somebody else, some mystery person, comes up and picks up the hammer and takes it. So now we're going to have another Thor running around.
Which was what they said. What, War Thor?
Something like that. They're gonna be introducing a new series, a new Thor. So now there's going to be the Odinson series, I guess, and then the Thor series with the Jane Foster, and then there's going to be a third Thor series running around where it's like War Thor or Thor God of War or something like that.
Whoop-de-doo.
And I mean, I would have been a lot happier had he taken this hammer and run with it.
It would have been a lot better, I think. It was kind of a letdown right at the end.
And that was what I was saying. Like, I got all the way up to the end, and I was like, what?
Yeah. And it was like a build up.
Right. Right.
But I'll say the series overall was great.
Right. As an overall story arc, definitely 4 out of 5.
Then at the end, we get to see the Norse. What'd you say? The Norse
Hela.
death, Hela. We get to see her make out with Thanos at the end. That was kind of creepy. Something about Thanos kissing a woman. I'm like, you don't really see him as, you don't see Thanos as like a Mac Daddy or anything, you know.
Well, I don't know. He's
when
been
he was
courting death in the Marvel universe.
yeah,
for
but
years.
it didn't seem like a physical attraction. It was more of a power thing.
It is
Like
with
marrying
him.
our families together kind of deal.
Kinda.
You never see Thanos as like, yeah, I'd hit that, you know, that kind of thing. Instead, and you actually see him kiss this woman, and I'm like, ugh. You know, it's like seeing your like grandfather kiss somebody. It's like it just doesn't fit.
Ew. Okay, now.
Sorry to paint that picture, but that's what I gather. That's how I see it. I was like, oh, it just.
But it is going to be an interesting team up, I think.
It will be.
Seeing them two teamed up together.
And I'll go ahead and tell you, this is going to be a long-term thing that happens probably all the way up to the Infinity War films.
Right.
Because they're not going to just, poot this one out. It's going to.
Speaking of which, I wonder if Josh Brolin is still going to be playing Thanos now that he's playing Cable.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. They've already filmed the scenes as far as
Okay,
I know.
cool. I was just wondering because that I saw was like Josh Brolin is Cable. Wait, isn't he Thanos?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Every article I've seen has mentioned that.
Yeah. But
that's like one dude you don't want to mess with.
Yeah, Unworthy Thor definitely like Lonnie said, definitely a page turner from page one. You're just into it.
It was,
Like,
and I'll go ahead and tell you, if I say a Thor story is a page turner, it's a dang good story because historically I've never been a Thor fan. I can't stand Beta Ray Bill. And so you've basically got a character that I can't stand and a character that I've historically had zero interest in and put them in a story and I loved it. So if you're at all a Thor fan or if you even give one crap about Beta Ray Bill, this will be like the best thing you've ever read.
Have you ever read any of Simonson's run?
No.
Okay. So I will get you a copy.
This is the first Thor book I've ever picked up.
Okay. So I will get you a copy of the first appearance of Beta Ray Bill because it was also one of the first things that Simonson did with Thor. Mm-hmm. The Simonson run on Thor is probably considered to be the best run on Thor ever.
It's actually one of probably the top 25 runs of anything Marvel.
And actually,
is what
I have the graphic novel of it. Truth be told, that I'll let you borrow.
That would work.
I've got the graphic novel. I've got the 5-volume set of the Walt Simonson run on Thor because. I've never been historically a huge Thor fan, but that run, yes.
Well, we may end up covering that run if I read it, we're going to cover that run.
Okay, fair enough.
But yeah, overall great. I'd say on a 1 to 10 scale, I would give this an 8.5.
Yeah,
just because the last issue knocked it off a 1.5.
Yeah, that downturn.
And I'll totally agree with you on the deflated deal and. I'm not really big on another Thor popping up. Another one is starting to get crowded. Yeah,
it's starting to get crowded. It's kind of like we got too many Miss Marvels and too many Thors.
Wolverines.
Too many. We've got, because right now we've got Old Man Logan and Laura running around. Right?
And you know they're going to bring regular Wolverine back at some point soon.
Or they're going to find a way to de-age Old Man Logan.
Yeah.
I think that's how they'll do it. They'll find some way to kick his regeneration factor into where he de-ages some.
Why can't we have multiple Jubilees?
Well, we kind of do when you think about when you think about power-wise, I mean, she was just a revamp of Boom Boom.
Kind of,
because their power set is the same.
Let's don't trivialize Jubilee.
Okay. No, I'm not trivializing Jubilee. Jubilee was unique, and I think she was. I have to think about this. I think she was one of the first Chinese American characters in.
Probably, she is a vampire now. So.
No, she's not. They took that away, I think, because now she's a mom. Like, she gave birth. She's got a baby.
No, she didn't give birth. She adopted.
Oh, okay.
Trust me.
Okay,
sir.
Yeah, I will trust you on the Jubilee trivia.
Well, anyway, this has any further thoughts? Are we good?
I think we're good.
Yep.
Pick it up. Go read Unworthy Thor.
Yeah, I will. And y'all have Unworthy Thor here? I know you have issue number 5.
I don't think we have any of the early ones left.
The other one? Okay. Well, I know you can get issue number 5, and I'm sure the trade will be coming out soon. So.
Right. And you can pick it up right here
at Infinity Flux. So, anyway, I'm Lonnie.
I'm Mark.
And this has been Comic Book Malarkey. Kind of sort of live from Infinity Flux in Hickson, Tennessee. And we are Untitled.
We're half alive, half dead?
Yeah.
Half-life.
And we are Untitled Nerd Network.